And now the setup is complete. Today it took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes to get everything set up. Obviously I would have done it 40 minutes sooner, but you know, I gotta record the video. So now, the fun part, we're gonna print. I'm going to be wearing a camera harness so I can put my phone in and show you hopefully a better point of view of how I work, and of course that'll free my hands up to do this. This will be the first time I actually attempt this with the camera, so I hope it turns out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Now, because I live in Central Texas and it is the middle of summer, the first thing I'm going to do is get a drink of water, so I don't dehydrate. Yes, stay hydrated, kids. Okay, now I'm going to take 2 balloons at random. Okay, a pink one and a orange one, and I'm going to inflate both of these. I'll start with the pink one. I'm going to, because this is the Qualitex Q24s, I need to put these on the end of the hose with no inflators and squeeze that tight. And I'm going to start inflating. Now I'm going to blow this up as much as I can without blowing up the neck. This also gives me a quick check to look it over, make sure there are no holes or blisters, that it's a good balloon. This balloon passes inspection. Now, the previous balloon I'm going to set up, and I'm going to let air out of the balloon I just blew up till it's about the size of the first balloon I blew up. Maybe just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to tie my half knot here, twist the neck, grab my 2 fingers here, make a loop, take the lips, push one end through the lips through the loop, and let it go, just like that. Okay. Balloon number 2. Okay, give it an inspection. Okay. Looks good to me. Deflate to the size of the first balloon. Twist the neck. Grab my fingers, pull. Put the lips through. Voila! Half knot. Okay. Okay, now I've got 2 balloons ready to go. Now the first balloon I blew up will be the last one I print. Like I said, that's roughly about the size of the balloon with the proper amount of air to go into the press and not be overinflated or underinflated, so I can get a better print. All right, get up off my knees here. All right, Next thing I'll do, grab my disposable gloves. Because, of course, working with regular mineral spirits versus latex safe mineral spirits. Oops, don't forget to take off your watch. Again, because I'm working with regular mineral spirits instead of latex safe, I'm going to use nitrile gloves. Put these on. I'll keep my energy band on though, because I kind of need that. I'll just slip that under the glove here. Oops. Okay, gloves are ready. All right, let's step outside. Oh yes, I got my squeegee here on the press, ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna take some ink, and I'm going to ladle some ink on the screen, just above the image, like that. Uh-oh. Hopefully that one's not going to cause a problem. All right. Now I got to move quickly. Because it is outside, the ink is going to start drying out. I've learned I can print 2 balloons before the screen starts drying out and clogging up the image. Now, I'm going to take the first balloon, and I'm going to, so you got the loop here, where you got the half knot. I'm going to hold it right about there. And I'm going to lift the screen, put the balloon between the legs, squish down. So I've got the knot under the center line. Squish. Now swipe once and swipe back and lift. Haha! Success! Look at that. He's perfect. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go inside to the kitchen, and I'm going to hang the balloon up here. I'll start in the middle, and also towards the middle, of course, I want the balloons to hang out away from each other so the ink doesn't touch. The 2 prints don't touch each other or anything else. So I'm going to hang it with the print facing outward, and then I'm going to put the second balloon directly onto the first balloon, of course with the prints facing out, so that the ink doesn't run against each other. Cool. Grab the second balloon. Grip it by the loop. And here we go again. There's the center line. Okay. Squish. Swipe 1. Swipe 2. And lift. Uh-oh. And okay, yeah, see, there was a little bit of ink that dried already on the screen around the fingertip, so that got cut. This is a failure, however, not a total well, it's not a total failure that I won't give this to a child, you know, to have. I don't think they would care that the finger's missing. So now I'm going to take this balloon and put it up on the line here. And of course I'm going to clip the loop with the clothespin and set it so that the design is facing outward. And that's how it's going to set to dry. Okay, next step. Now, I've already had one print that's gonna fail. If I try printing any more like that, they're all gonna have that missing finger problem. So now's the time to clean up. I'm just gonna take a couple of paper towels and I'm gonna pour on my mineral spirits. You know, good amount enough to soak the paper towel, and I'm going to wipe the excess ink off the print area on the screen. Now here's a little, now of course, a pro tip. When it's time for the final cleanup, wherever the you can just peel up the tape and you won't have to worry about cleaning up that part. You shouldn't have to worry about cleaning up that part of the screen. You should just be able to peel the tape and then we'll only worry about cleaning this area with the mineral spirits. That'll save some material to use. Now, of course, I'll clean the top. I gotta clean the bottom too. So I'm gonna flip that over. I'm going to wipe on the underside of the screen because, you know, the screen is double-sided. You might have been able to wipe the ink off of the top, but it won't really be clean until you wipe on the underside clean. Fold that around again. And I'm going to give it another wipe just to be sure to get all the excess ink off from the top and the bottom. Toss that in the trash. And I'm good to go. Right? Wrong. Wrong. If I took another balloon and tried to print it on there, again with the regular mineral spirits, it will pop. So I need to take a couple more paper towels. Well, just one, actually. Fold that. And I'm going to dry off the screen. And try to not smear ink from the edge that I didn't clean from. Make sure I don't wipe that onto the screen that I just cleaned. Make sure it's all good and dry, especially around the image. And of course, dry the underside too. And check under the table, make sure that the table surface is also good and dry. It is. So, now that's done, and I can toss these gloves. Now, one issue that keeps coming up, you see all these streaks of ink? Well, When this starts happening on the screen, it's time to make sure you wipe the squeegee clean also. Otherwise, it's going to keep doing this. And with subsequent prints, you're going to notice where the ink is streaked, there's going to be a little extra ink on the balloon. It's not necessarily a failure, but it's an uneven amount of ink on the balloon. Okay, here's my progress so far. All these balloons are hanging here by the loop held in place with the clothespins, and all of the prints are facing outward, and they're not close to touching each other. But I've had a slight misalignment here. See, the balloon, for whatever reason, when I put it on the clothespin, it's turned slightly. So if I put this up against another balloon, it will the ink will touch and smear and maybe stick together. So that's why I have an additional line in the living room, so I can hang these balloons that don't quite line up properly. It's not a failure, it's just didn't quite go according to the drawing plan. So it's on the backup line. Uh-oh. We got a problem. See right here? That's a hole. I guess I found my 1 in 100. I'm gonna take this one, deflate it, and throw it away. Well, everybody, it's after 5 p.m. I'm tired, but take a look at the fruits of my labor. I've got 14 balloons here in my kitchen, and I've got 12 more balloons here in my living room. That's a total of 26 balloons. Most of the balloons had good prints. I had a few issues with some of the prints, and of course I had the one casualty because of the hole. Now I'm going to start the teardown process. Okay, I've already finished the cleanup, and now I'm going to do the finish. The first thing to do is I'm going to use this hairdryer, and I'm going to, while I deflate the balloon, I'm going to run the hairdryer over the entire balloon, but particularly make sure to put more heat to the print. See, this will complete the drawing process, and of course you have the vulcanization process where you turn latex into rubber. Okay, I've got a handful of balloons here that have been heat dried and deflated, and I've got them here in a plastic bag. So on to the next step. See, when balloon manufacturers make balloons, they put talcum powder on them. Either just straight powder, or they'll actually make a talcum powder wash, where they mix talcum powder and water in it and just soak the balloons in that, and then when they dry out, they're all covered. Now, since we've got some raw latex, or rubber rather, in here, unless I put some talc on these balloons, they're going to stick. So, got some talc here. Good old Johnson's baby powder. I'm going to pour in about a dusting into the bag and, you know, tie the bag closed, shake it all up like I'm making fried chicken, and then take the balloons out once they're all covered. And that's it. Well, it's 6:45 now, so I am very tired and hungry. So I'm gonna go get some dinner, then I'm gonna go edit this video and put it up on YouTube, and you should be seeing it right about now. God isn't the future, freaky. But anyway, until next time, this is Kenny Kitsune going meep.